Good morning, Winnacunnet. I'm Nick Cita.
And I'm Wallace. We're here today with a little something old and a little something new.
Now, I know you guys are used to seeing us in the afternoon, but with the early release, we rescheduled the show to the morning.
So now you get to see our lovely faces this fine Friday morning.
You're welcome.
Our first story today is on some faces that students might also consider lovely, Mr. WHS.
Mr. WHS is a male competition held annually by the senior class. This year there were 5 contestants fighting for the crown. Hunter and Tyler have the story.
Hey Winnacunnet, this is Hunter McKenzie and Tyler Johnson here with a story for WHTV. Last week, the auditorium was filled with students and staff to see the annual Mr. WHS, a male beauty pageant. Me and Tyler have the scoop.
The Mr. WHS male beauty pageant began with a tuxedo show. The contestants would rock men's warehouse suits and strike a pose on the stage. The next segment involved contestants saying a pickup line.
I think I know you. I feel like I've seen your picture before. Oh yeah, it was in the dictionary right next to...
Continuously, contestants would model and pose in their sports attire. For the final act, the young men performed their main talents.
So this is a little song I made about coming from a place called STA. So I'd like to put my rapping skills to the test and tell you how I became the prince of WHS.
After, to test their brains, contestants were asked questions on the spot.
If you could take anyone from Winnacunnet out on one date, who would it be?
Cake salsa.
If you made a girl any dinner, what would you make her?
I don't know. I'd cook her a nice lasagna.
Let's see who some of the audience members are voting for.
Easily Zach Sakurai. Zach! Knows the boys. I mean, he's an all-around great guy. Love and respect him. He does a lot of good stuff for the community. Zach!
So who do you think won this?
Who I think won? Maybe it's Zach Sakurai because he was like really funny.
I think Sakurai took it home like from the first sketch. He's great.
He's easily gonna win.
The winner is Zach Sakurai!
Luckily, we got an interview with the newly crowned Mr. WHS.
Well, I feel great. You know, I feel like I just ate an N11 from Kennywalk. You know, I just feel so like crazy, you know? Like I could do anything right now. I could run a marathon, but I want to say that everybody...
I'm going to let you finish, but Brian Otto had one of the best performances of all time.
Who was that guy? Who was that? Could someone get him out of here? Anyway, yeah, it was great, but everybody else did it. Everybody was amazing. I was just the most amazing.
Well, Winnacunnet, that's all Tyler and I have for you today. Have a great weekend.
Congratulations to Zach Sakurai for taking home the gold.
Mr. WHS isn't the only thing happening in many of these students' busy lives. Tuesday, many seniors and teachers took time out of their busy day to hit the polls. This year, 2014 elections were the first time many students have voted. The races were close this year. Some of the significant electees were Maggie Hassan for governor, Jean Shaheen for Senate, and Frank Ginta for Congress. This year's midterms elections cost the country about $3.7 billion, the most expensive one in history. Good job to all those who came out and voted, especially after the country saw only 38% of youths voting in 2012, an all-time low in voting history.
In other news, a recreational flag football team is a popular sport, growing amongst Winnacunnet students looking for an activity outside of Winnacunnet. Kyle and Brian have the story.
Every Sunday at 9 and 10 a.m., 30 members of the Seacoast community Wake Up Boys only become men by 11 at the latest. How does this transformation occur? By playing football. No, not tackling and grabbing like a bunch of savage animals, but settling their disputes like mature and educated individuals. By pulling flags. Flag football has been played for centuries. Cavemen played for the hearts of the cave ladies. This idea still rings true today.
I'm Brian Otto, and this is Kyle Harrington, and welcome to Sports with Brian and Kyle.
We're here today to talk about football.
That's right. Flag football, that is.
The most exciting football the Seacoast currently has to offer.
The 214 season is shaping up to be a good one as heroes are being born and teams are coming together.
The 4-team league consists of the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Panthers, and the Bears.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the previous weeks.
Libby with the reception, jukes Andrew Soderberg. Somebody check that kid's ankles, he's gone.
Jack Daddy Longleg Healy tiptoes to the end zone, touchdown.
Healy with the pass to Gallant, only to be swallowed up by those two handsome Bears defenders. Moskovich with the short pass to Soderberg, slips past the first guy, spins off the second, slithering, stumbling, bumbling, and to the end zone.
Healy back at quarterback, receiving pressure from Christy Echidue. He's bootlegging around, looking in the end zone. He's looking. Touchdown, Johnny Cadigan.
Renowned quarterback Jordan Keene passes up. Oh, interception, Jake Prouty. Somebody check his eyeglass prescription. Receiver screen to Libby. Jukes out O'Brien, putting him in the dirt. Then dodges Preston Freckles' rush as well. Somebody call MC Hammer, because this guy can't be touched. We've all seen this before, folks. We got another interception from Healy. Run it back for a touchdown. Almost no resistance at all. They got a quick little celebration in there, but what's the point? Those highlights gave me the chills.
The Bears are looking pretty good this year. The defense has been on lock the past couple weeks.
Oh, for sure.
This league has a lot of talent and a lot of characters.
In fact, we caught up with some of the fellas on and off the field.
How do you feel about your chances going into the playoffs?
I mean, I think we're going to come in 4th place out of the 4 teams. Playoffs. My team is probably the worst in the league. Playoffs. And I don't know, maybe 3rd. Bears are going to dominate the playoffs. That's all I have to say about it.
All right, I'm going to do a fly route. Hit me deep. Moskovich, get out of the way. You can't keep messing this up. Good work, son. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Dad.
Yo, anybody smell that? Seriously, no one smells that?
Yo, Bryce Libby's got hands like feet, doesn't he?
Yo, Kyle, I'll be open over the top. Aaron's mad out of shape. He can't keep up.
Come out November 16th to support flag football in the Super Bowl game at Tuck Field.
Hopefully, the Bears will be in it. Till next time, back to you, Desk.
Nick, why aren't you doing flag football?
Because soccer is love. Soccer is life.
Soccer isn't love or life for everyone.
Well, for one athlete in our school, there is a sport that is both love and life. It may not be soccer.
Or lacrosse. Nick, did you know that flag football is not the only recreational sport Winnacunnet students are doing?
Yeah, of course. There's dance, gymnastics, ice skating, surfing.
And skateboarding. Students, even teachers love this sport. And Tyler Johnson has a story on one teacher who lives for it. Let's check it out.
I'm Mr. Wallace, and I teach social studies here at Winnacunnet High School. And when I was 23 years old, I started a skateboard shop in Dover, New Hampshire called Red Alert. I started skateboarding in the early 80s. I think I was like 6 or 7. My friends and I had an idea to start a skateboard shop about midway through my senior year in college, and I worked pretty hard to get distributors and line up a retail space. And when I started it, I started it for peanuts, less than what you would pay for a used car. And I just kept putting the profit back into it. The shops have changed quite a bit. You don't find a lot of sort of local, we called them core shops, that they were owned by skateboarders, that they were for the core group of skateboarders, that they were for people that actually skated. And I never wanted to shut anybody out of the store, but it certainly operated so that people could come and actually skateboard and get products to actually skateboard with. So that was important to us. The shops they're not just for skateboarders, and maybe they shouldn't be, but that is one of the differences between, you know, the 90s and today. So. I totally enjoyed it. The retail game is fun, but you know, you take something that you really love and you break it down into dollars and cents, and it changes the way you think about it. And I've always wanted to keep skateboarding in a place for myself that would always mean something a little more than trying to make money. After I sold the shop, I went on a very long road trip with some friends, and it was pretty much the greatest experience of my life. So I have absolutely no regrets about that. And basically after that, I went back to grad school, so to teach. But I had a passion for skateboarding. I turned it into a living. It's not impossible to get the money and to have the knowledge and to get the support you would need to start a business. You know, we have to show students that what they want to do can be done. And so if that serves that purpose, then I'm glad to help. But I did want to start a skateboard shop. I did start it, and it was pretty successful, and I sold it, and I'll always have fond memories.
What a cool sport and a cool teacher.
Speaking of sports, congratulations to our cross-country, soccer, football, and volleyball teams who all finished their seasons off strong.
And another huge congratulations to our girls' varsity field hockey team. The girls fought hard all season and ended with a 15-2 season. They came into finals this past weekend against Pinkerton, the team that cost us the championship in 2012. Sophomore Abby Merrill scored the first goal in the first 30 seconds, and in the beginning of the second half, junior Sophia Cheever scored another goal, finishing the game with a score of 2-0 Winnicott. Despite the cold and rainy weather, they were not alone at their game. Plenty of Winnicott students showed up to support the team. This is the team's first NHIAA championship after a 2-year hiatus. The team has won 3 championships in the past 5 years.
Well, Winnicott, I think that's all she wrote for you today.
Thanks for waking up early and watching. We'll see you guys next week for our trimester final. I'm Ali Strickell.
And I'm Nick Sita.
We'll see you later, guys. Let's do yoga right now. Downward dog.
I'm going up and down. As I go up and down, guess what's happening? Those little pixels, they're going up and down too.
If you want me.
Okay.
Put your
hand
in
me. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
Nick, you're supposed to talk
I was like waiting for you to.
No. Put the phones away, guys.
There we
It's
go.
my mom. I have a nail appointment at 3:30. Okay.
Blah, blah.
What?
Blah, blah, blah.
All right, you ready?
You're so creepy.